Hey everybody, it's Dustin. Welcome into 5-Hour Reviews, where I play games for about 5 hours and give my take on so far how I'm feeling about the game. Today we're going to be talking about Destruction All-Stars. If you like this video, a like would be appreciated, and if you want to see more of these and other videos I post, go ahead and hit subscribe. So Destruction All-Stars came out just a couple of days ago in 2021. Here, February 2021, as a free-to-play game if you're a member of PlayStation Plus. Now, you have to have multiplayer allowed with PlayStation Plus anyway to play multiplayer games on the PlayStation. So this is a first-party PlayStation game and by Lucid Games, and they were going to charge $59 for this, but they decided they changed up their release, said they're going to release it not in 2020 but in 2021. And we're going to give it away as part of PS Plus for February, which I think was a good move on their part. Good move on their part for sure, because after playing this for a little while, I don't know that there's enough content here. Now, that could be because they took some stuff out for the free-to-play nature of it. And I don't know if they plan on selling this down the line or not. But as in its current state, I will kind of give my opinion on all the different things that I've done in my 5 hours of play, and you can make your decision on what you feel about it, and let me know in the comments below some of your experiences with this game if you're playing it. Now, first thing to note is that they do push the coins and currency into your face. I haven't spent a whole bunch of my coins here. That's weird. I just had 12,000 coins, now I have 10,000, so it actually is, there's some kind of bug because I have not spent that much. I know I had 12 when I logged out, now I have 10, so I don't know what happened. Maybe they're like, oh, you're not spending it, you lose it. Spend it or you lose it. I doubt it, but anyway, it's a multiplayer game, first and foremost. There are arcade versions that you can go in and play against AI opponents. I haven't found those to be as challenging, and also that makes them a little more boring. So I'm not sure that there's a whole lot of fun in arcade. I think if I was going to play anything, it would be the practice mode, just to get used to, because there's a lot of different characters. This game has a ton of different characters in it. You can see in here, if you come into customize, you can see all the different players that you can play as. And it gives some information about them up in the corner. There's a lot of detail on who they are as a person if you wanted to read some of that stuff, but all their customizations cost the coins that you can earn by playing the game. Of course, the coolest and best looking customizations cost not only the currency from playing the game, but also the paid for premium currency, where it's not even really showing it here. There must have been an update. There must have just been an update, and that could be why I'm showing different, because I just closed the game and reopened it so I could have that title screen. There must have been an update this morning. So this Stars and Stripes one was something that you had to pay for. This one now says earn 21 stars as Ultimo Mercado. So they are already starting to make some adjustments with the currency. This Stars and Stripes one used to cost 16,000 of the normal in-game coins, plus another, I think it was 650 of the premium currency. Now it's something that you can earn, and which I think is good, because I think having that locked behind a paywall was a little annoying for me. No way to earn it. I had to pay for it if I wanted it. Now they've changed that, so that's good. Some of these other ones still, though, are in here as far as the different emotes and vehicle emotes, shouts that you can make during your play. Some of them cost premium coins, that kind of thing. And that's really, it feels like a free-to-play game when you're playing it. So if you're expecting it to be like a Call of Duty, where you've got a lot of extra stuff to do, that doesn't have the premium currency pushed in your face, well, that's not this game. The challenge series is interesting. So I played all the way through this challenge here, which is a bunch of specific to Ultimo. You play as this character here, Ultimo, and you try to get different things done in these different challenge modes. And then in the end, you fight your your rival. And there's some cutscenes in here. It was kind of cool. You know, it was a fun little alternate thing to do that wasn't multiplayer. The big thing that I have a problem with is that if you wanted to do these other challenges, you have to pay money for them. These are not something you can do. So there's only one challenge, and it's these sets here of 7 challenges that you can play through. You know, I could go back and redo them and try to get the stars, that kind of thing. But after you've done that, there's no more challenges left because these ones cost money. Now you do get 7 cosmetics for finishing it if you 100% it, so that's a thing if you're interested in that. Same with this one. I get 7 different cosmetic items if I get all the stars. Some of those challenges are tough. Now these 2 here, this one's timed, and for another 12 hours it'll be available, and then there'll probably be a new one. I don't know what the coming soon is. But the fact that you have these challenge modes locked behind a paywall on day 1 was a little annoying to me. I don't think I like having modes behind paywalls myself. You know, that's just me. As far as the multiplayer stuff is concerned, I played through all of these. I kind of like Stockpile and Carnado more. I do like team games better. So like if I'm playing Call of Duty, I usually like to play team-based, objective-based gameplay. I do not like playing only in, you know, sometimes it depends on how you feel. Sometimes you just want to play by yourself and do solo versus everybody. That's these 2 beginning. Mayhem's basically team deathmatch, or no, deathmatch without a team. It's not a team. It's just deathmatch, and you play against all the other players, try to get the most points, and it's really just wrecking people, running people over, that kind of stuff. It's very straightforward. So that one is fine. You know, I had fun playing it. Gridfall is a little tougher. It's more of last man standing kind of thing. While you're playing, the floor that you're racing on is falling, and there's less and less places to race on as you're racing through, and it's real easy to fall. For me, I had a tough time with it. I would get out literally 1 minute in and I'm out of my match, and I'm having to re-match make, which takes roughly 4 or 5 minutes to get back into a match. So I quickly noped out of Gridfall. I tried probably maybe 5 rounds of Gridfall. Didn't wasn't my deal. Carnado, on the other hand, and Stockpile, I really like. These are 8v8. You have a team of people all working towards an objective. Carnado is basically getting points for smashing into people, running them over, all kinds of different damages. As long as your car doesn't die all the way, and then you make it to the center where there's a tornado, you can bank those points into the tornado and destroy your car. So say you run over a bunch of people and you have 50 points, you drive your car into the Carnado, and then you get your car exploded, you're on your feet, but you get 50 points towards your team's score. And the first team to get, you know, up to the score for winning, or at the end of the time limit, whoever has the most points banked into Carnado wins. Stockpile is a little confusing at first. I had to actually go play in the arcade to get used to what it was and kind of take my time. Some of these modes, they go real quick on the startup, so I was like, I need something to slow down. I need to read on this. How the hell does this work? Once I figured it out, it's fairly simple, and I actually like Stockpile, I think, more than any of the other modes. And what happens with Stockpile is you wreck people, crash into people, just like the other mode, but you have to wreck them. So they can't just be a hit, doesn't really give you any points. You have to wreck them, or you have to KO somebody that's on their feet. Once you do, it spawns a whole bunch of gears around their dead corpse or their smashed car. You jump out on your feet, collect the gears. You can only hold 3. So there's extra gears there. If somebody wrecks a vehicle, there's extra gears for other people to pick up. And so if you see gears on the ground, you grab those gears. If you do the KO or the wreck, you can grab those gears. And then you can run those back over to a bank. And there's 3 different banks, similar to different Call of Duty modes where you're playing the objective. You take all of your gears over to the banks and stand on it, and it starts banking into that. And once you get up to a certain point, it becomes your bank, and it's in your blue color for your team. Once you own all 3 banks and you've maxed them all out, then you win the game. if you don't own all 3 by the end of the time limit, is whoever owns 2 wins the game. So it's fairly straightforward. And I found also a lot of the easiest way to play that is, you're trying to wreck people, but if you see somebody else get wrecked, jump out and grab those gears and then race over to a bank and bank them to help your team. And as long as you're playing the objective in that way, where you're constantly looking for gears on the ground, you'll be good for this mode. The one kind of the biggest drawback, I think, the game itself has been pretty fun to play. I mean, as far as like being a free game, this is what makes it the most fun. If I had paid for this game, I don't think there's enough here where I would feel satisfied, but being that it's free, it's been pretty fun to play. The one kind of, I don't even know if it's a complaint, it's just, for me, all the arenas feel the same. They all look real similar. So when you're driving in them, they really don't look any different. They might be placed out, the arena itself, and where all of the things are placed in the arena, like the layout of it. It might be slightly different, but the look is the same everywhere. And, I would have liked to have, a couple of, maybe 10 maps. There's only, from what I could tell, only 4 maps for all these races. 4 different cities. It might be 5, actually. Let me see. If you go into arcade, so for Carnado, there's 3. For Stockpile, there's 3. Gridfall, yeah, it's only showing 3 in as far as the choices here. So there's not a lot of options for your maps, and I would have liked to have an outdoor map, maybe with dirt, something maybe that had tunnels and buildings around, but it's really kind of just an arena with people watching it, very similar to how Rocket League is, where that arena is just going to be this shape no matter which one you play. It might be slightly different looking. In fact, I think Rocket League has a lot more variety to its maps than this does, because all the maps really look the same. They're the same colors, the same surfaces, the same. Pretty much the only difference is, it says Barcelona in the beginning instead of Vegas, and it's shaped a little bit differently, but really it's not a whole lot different. And that's kind of been the only thing that really doesn't keep me coming back. There's not a lot of variety. I'm not the greatest at, I like driving games, and I can do multiplayer. I don't prefer multiplayer when I play. If I pick a game, I'm usually playing single player, but when I play multiplayer games, I still have fun. But for me, this game it doesn't have the variety yet, and I feel like that's coming. So I'm not going to fault the game too much. It's brand new. They've got a lot to learn. They've already, as you saw when I first booted this up, they've already changed some things on the monetization. Hopefully they're going to be balancing some things, because there are some heroes I feel that have a lot more overpowered skills than other heroes do. And I haven't played them all. Yeah, there's a lot of different players that you can pick, a lot of different characters in here, and a lot of variety when it comes to their looks and their different hero moves and hero skills. But for me, it just didn't pull me in like I hoped it would with its different modes and the variety. And I was hoping for a little bit more. When I got into this, I was thinking, oh man, I hope this is going to be my next Twisted Metal game. And Twisted Metal, man, they have some bizarre ass arenas that you fought in that were what I felt way more unique than what this game's offering, which is just kind of a esports look to it, So anyways, that's my opinion on the game. It's only, I'm only one guy playing this game for only 5 hours, so, there's probably a lot more to it. I'm sure you give it a good 20-30 hours and see how it changes in a year. It's probably going to be a totally different game. So I hope the best for them, and I'm glad if you've got PlayStation Plus, there's no reason not to download it and jump into it if you're into what you're seeing. And, hopefully you enjoyed this 5-hour review. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this game, and we'll have a discussion. And I'll keep playing it. I'll see you out there on the battlefield. Take it easy, everybody.